being weird was normal. Okay, you're allowed to be weird. And so I would be myself in a way I'd never been before or hadn't been since I was a child. I could let emotions show, I could show interest in stuff that I'd get mocked for back home. I was kind of free. I even dressed differently. What I came to realize that was closer to who I was than when I was back with my friends in this established context. I came to realize the stories about how I must be and who I am are really grounded in context. There's a lot of invisible rules that I follow. And when you travel, you get to see how bullshit those rules are. The key was, the difficult part for me that took many years, was to be that guy, but back home. And realize that the guy back home was the illusion. I wasn't being something weird in America. I was being me there. Back home, I was being something weird. But it fit in. You know, I love traveling. I recommend it to everyone. You get away from your culture, you get away from your friends, you get away from your investments, and you're free to be anything. And that's usually when the real you comes out. Number 18, hopefully I've got enough time for all of these. I was having an argument with my girlfriend once. I couldn't think of a good thing to say. I was getting all wrapped up in my head, so I just said, "Unblocked." What I realized in that moment is there is no given time in the world where you've got nothing to say and you can't speak the truth. You can always speak the truth. The only thing that stops you speaking the truth is trying to find something better to say than what the truth is. Truth's always right in front of you, a feeling, a thought, a belief, a frustration, whatever. The only thing that stops you speaking that is you're trying to find something more appropriate, more intelligent, more understandable to say. You're trying to go better than truth. If you just say the original truth, the main thing that's right in the front of your fucking vision, you'll never run out of stuff to say. You'll never not know what you are trying to say. It will come out. I'll start by saying I'm blocked, which means like I don't know what to say, or I've got too much shit in my head to distinguish. And then when I say that, she might say, "Why?" And I'd say, "Well, because this anger came up." And then I'd slowly elaborate and it would all come out, you know. But that was such a relief for me. If I can just say I'm blocked, then I can say anything. Because I can even say that I can't say something. I'm free. Number 19. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, one of my favourite books. I'm looking forward to his next one. There's a bit in the book where he simply says self-development is just finding better problems to have. And that is the absolute truth. There is no finish line. There's no end to pain. There is no smooth, problem-free life. If that's your aim, you're going to be disappointed time and time again. You're going to go really off track. You're going to be looking for the smooth, comfortable thing. It's going to take you away from who you are. Instead of trying to get away from who you are, try to be the one who decides what problems you're going to have. Try to make them good problems to have. Do you want to have the problem of a shitty relationship? Or the problem of being single trying to find a good relationship? Those are two different problems that are available to you, right? You can leave the shitty relationship and be single. They're both problematic, but one of them is really good for you and the other one is just going to steer you away from a good life. Number 20. There's a moment I was in a workshop with Dr. Russ Harris. Long story short, he's on top of the stage, he's really confident, I think he's the man, and then he shows the whole crowd that his palms are sweating because of how nervous he is. In this moment, I realized something. Confidence is not certainty. It is not the absence of anxiety or uncomfortable emotion. It is the shamelessness to let everybody see it. That's confidence. The guy who was the most nervous in the room at the same time was the most confident. Why? Because he had no wrong attached to being nervous. Confidence isn't a limited emotional range of pleasure. Confidence is the freedom to have the whole range no matter what, and to limit none of it. You know? The confident guy isn't the one who's cool and happy all the time. You know, that's probably one of the more insecure people. The confident one, if he's tired, he's going to say he's tired. If he doesn't feel like socializing, he's saying, "Fuck that, I'm not going out tonight." And if he's happy, he'll be exuberantly happy. Whatever it is, he lets you judge it. He's just being himself. That's confidence. Number 21, the last one, and this epically long thing that I doubt anyone's going to get to the fucking end of. The lessons I've learned from being a coach. Now, these are endless. I could could talk about this all day, but I want to talk about the main theme that comes through, and that is two things. One is, everybody is fucked up. Okay? Anybody out there who looks like they got all their shit sorted and they're totally perfect, either they're just having a lucky week, or more likely, they're lying. Okay? We're all fucked up. It's fucked up to be a human. The brain is a fucked up thing. There's so many contradictions as the brain tries to get through life. There's so much conflict in there. Everybody's fucked up. Everyone's got some sort of anxieties or some sort of depression or some sort of bad habits or some sort of unhelpful patterns or lack of awareness. We've all got shit. But what's most impressive is that everybody is incredibly strong and gifted. The depressing thing is nobody's using it. They're all so focused on how they're fucked up that they're ignoring their strengths or they've been shamed away from them. We're the same species that put people on the moon and build bridges and create communities and solve impossible problems. You're that same species. There's a guy in Ohio who runs a chain of restaurants and he's got Down syndrome. You know, we're incredibly capable, but we spend so much of our energy trying to fix our problems, our fucking insecurities, and trying to hide them, that we ignore all our strengths. What I also learned from coaching is that for somebody to enable themselves to use those strengths, there's 3 criteria, and without these 3, they've got no chance. One is, you have to take responsibility for who you are and be open to change. All right? You have to say, it's up to me to do something about this. What do I need to change about myself to do it? Nobody else can do that for you. It's nobody else's fault. Secondly, you've got to invest in support. Money, time, effort, energy, risks. You've got to be willing to go out there and enjoy the resources that are going to give you what you don't have yet. Someone taught you how to tie your shoes. Somebody taught you how to speak. Through role modeling, you learned how to socialize. You don't make this shit up, you learn it. Okay? You can try and do this all on your own if you want. Good fucking luck. It'll take you forever. Thirdly, nothing changes without changes in behavior. You want to become a different person, you have to behave differently. That's it. It's not about what you think, it's not about what you feel, it's about what you do. Okay? You have to do things differently. So if you're really willing to take responsibility for change, invest in support, and engage in new behaviors, that's all you need for an amazing life. For high levels of confidence, for great social connections. That's it. Everything will develop from there. Whew. Hope you enjoyed that. This is my little gift to you. 45 minutes of my life to say thank you for subscribing and following and blah blah blah, all the shit. And please share this around if you enjoyed it. Continue to give us your support. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to continue making these videos, mostly because I like it. It's totally selfish. But also because there's some people out there whose lives get better when they watch them. And I can't think of a better job to have. So I'll see you next time. Cheers.